They're talking to this manager during the last 5 or 6 games. He's laughing about, well, we still haven't established the record yet, and he's laughing about it.
Welcome back, sports fans. Your boy Cody's back from his trip to New York. I know you had a solo podcast with Don in the CFL last week. We're back. We're better than ever. We're ready to get started here for episode 22 of our weekly series. Don's going to kick us off with a little MLB news. The playoffs started this week, but we're not talking about the playoffs, are we?
No, we are not.
Oh, what are we going on for?
We are talking about the embarrassing Chicago White Sox.
White Sox woes.
Congratulations on establishing the worst record in modern baseball. And for people who don't know what that means, that's basically from 1900 on. Okay, that's the modern era.
Didn't they have like 130 losses?
Who?
The White Sox?
121.
100. How do you lose that much?
Okay, but here's the thing. Okay? I was checking out, for example, the payroll. They're 18th. So they have mid-range payroll. They should be a mid-range team.
Yeah.
They're talking to this manager during the last 5 or 6 games. He's laughing about, well, we still haven't established the record yet, and he's laughing about it. It's like, are you kidding? Like, these guys are professional athletes. There's a guy on there making almost $25 million. There's a guy there making $18 million. Are they going to give any of this money back? This is absolutely shameful. And to show how bad it is, to show how inept these guys are and that they don't give a shit about performing for themselves, performing for the fans. The Oakland A's, their payroll is less than half. Their payroll is about $65 million, as opposed to Chicago's almost 134. They won almost 30 more games than Chicago did.
Yeah, like 41 and 121.
Like, you know what? You guys should be a fucking AAA team.
Drop them down. All right, so from lows to highs, we had another historic moment here for the Premier League. Cole Palmer, the English star, playing for Chelsea, scored 4 goals in one half. Never been done before, which I found quite surprising. 4 goals in the first half for Chelsea, and they have just been dominating. Hat-trick in 10 minutes. Becomes one of 3 Chelsea stars to score 4 goals in a game. Frank Lampard and Hasselback were the other 2. But they're sitting in 4th place with a great look for them on the horizon. But this guy, I mean, you look at him, and I've talked about him before on the podcast. He's doing great things for Chelsea, and I just can't believe, like, you're watching that Euro Championship going into it. We were talking about England being one of the teams to beat, and they just looked flat. All of their offensive was flat, and he never started a game, and he just came off the bench. And when he did come off the bench, he looked great. And so I don't know what's going on with that Chelsea team or that English team for not allowing them to start him or not deciding to, because he's shining on all fronts. And like even in that game, like the 4 goals, that wasn't even the most impressive thing in that game. He had a crazy one-time assist that almost led to a goal where he just flicked it in over the defender, and he just looks on fire right now. So super happy right now. My Giants aren't doing too well, but Chelsea is. The Bombers are killing it. I'm doing well for my teams right now, and Cole Palmer's a big part of that. So it's been cool to watch him play. I've caught most of his games, and since losing 2-0 to Man City, they have gone undefeated their last 5, and they look great. So looking to see them continue that streak, and excited to see what's going to happen for the rest of the season. All right. What do you got going on for? You're going to get heated again.
Oh yeah. If anybody watched even the end of the Ottawa Saskatchewan game that was on Saturday, what happened in that game was absolutely brutal. We're going to have a clip of this up there so you can see exactly what I am talking about. Where there's less than 10 seconds left in the game. Ottawa's down by 2 touchdowns in their own end. You're not going to win the game. The coach calls a pass, which I don't understand. The ball gets passed to little Khalil Pimpleton. He's like 5'6".
Just coming back off of injury, yeah.
Yeah, and he's like 160 pounds. This asswipe, Deontay Williams for Saskatchewan, scoops him up and pile drives him into the turf head first. Okay, that's a move that's even banned in WWE now, by the way, which is fake wrestling. They don't even allow that. So, okay, that was bad enough. And then after the game was over, he goes, well, it was just a like football move. Now he's backpedaling on that. But I want to talk about the post-game show. You have Jim Barker, older guy. He was a coach. He said he's never seen anything like that in his career. This guy should be fined and suspended. I think he should be kicked out of the league. Then you got Davis Sanchez. This fucking guy is an ex-CFL defensive player. So anytime something happens, if a quarterback gets creamed, he's defending the... He said it wasn't that bad of a play, and in fact, it happened because Pimpleton helped him because he was falling into him. So he's blaming Pimpleton for this, okay? And he says, I can see a fine, a suspension. No. You know what? If that happened to your kid, you'd be singing a different song. Okay, you're up.
Yeah, they've been playing dirty all season now. This is kind of
Yeah, no, terrible.
Sitting in second place in the CFL there. More history here. I was like I mentioned earlier, I was in New York City last week. I got to see the Giants play on Thursday Night Football at MetLife against the Dallas Cowboys. They lost.
What was it? You got to see them play, or you got to see them show up?
You know what? It was a good game. It was closer than we saw in the last 2 years, and they could have won that game, which will lead me to my next point. We also saw the Jets play on Sunday at MetLife against the Broncos, and this is the first time in 57 weekends, I guess, that the Giants and Jets have both played at home at the same weekend, and they both failed to score a touchdown. So you had 5 field goals for New York and 3 for the Jets. Both teams lost. The Jets, it was a rainy one there. We were sitting up in the 300s there. We're the first to know when the rain stopped, and it was a cold, wet one there. And they lost 10-9 against the Broncos with a team that had Bo Nix only pass for 60 yards. Aaron Rodgers looked absolutely atrocious in that game, and no one could score a touchdown. There was one touchdown in the game, and it was Bo Nix's first touchdown in his career. And then the Giants, all they needed was one of those 5 trips down to convert, and they would have won the game because Dallas didn't look very good either, and they couldn't convert, and so they lost 20 to 15. But yes, a historic weekend for the New York football teams, but not the historic night or weekend that they want to be tied to. So it was cool to go to the games, but I would have liked to see a touchdown, but no.
Kind of like Chicago being on the wrong side of history, eh?
Exactly. Yeah, all the wrong side of history. Final thought. Back to the CFL, we had the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, which I think we can now knocked off the Alouettes as the number 1 team in the CFL.
Yep,
absolutely. For a team that started off, we were scared for them at the beginning. Well, I was scared for them at the beginning of the season. Did they start 0-4?
Who?
The Bombers.
Yeah.
I think they started 0-4.
They were 0-4 and then 1-5.
And now they're on a
7-game win streak.
7-game win streak. They're top of the West, and they put up another 50-point game this past weekend against the Edmonton Elks. The last 50-point game was against... Why can't I think of who they put 50? They put 50 up earlier in the year, but Brady Oliveira can't be stopped right now. He's the league's number 1 rusher, and with over 1,000 yards, I think he's leading Stampback by 100 or 200.
Wasn't that Calgary? You remember that high-scoring game we watched between?
Might have been, yeah. So Bombers are looking unstoppable, and they're looking to potentially get back to their 4th straight Grey Cup appearance. 4th or 5th? 5th. 5th straight appearance. And, I mean, if you look at the East, the Alouettes were dominating the league for the whole season. They don't look like they can stop the Bombers. Toronto doesn't look like it. Hamilton doesn't look like it. We'll find out this weekend. So that'll be a fun matchup this Friday night.
Ottawa for sure doesn't.
Ottawa does not. So it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen, but I'm excited for this Bombers team that's made, I mean, just from absolute worst to absolute best.
Yeah.
Very
impressive.
Very impressive for the Bombers. Zach Claros is looking good. I mean, they don't have a backup quarterback. That's the only thing right now. It's without, I mean, their backup wasn't that great, but.
Yeah, but again, he was taken out by Saskatchewan.
That Saskatchewan team, who did have a win, and now they're sitting second in the West after they had a strong start that bounced down to the bottom there. So Bombers are on to look forward to, and we'll be at that game hopefully on Friday night against the Hamilton Tiger Cats, 2 teams that are both absolutely on fire, so it should be a shootout.
I'm looking forward to that game.
It'll be a good one, as long as it's not raining.
Yeah, you gotta check that.
Yeah, because it's not indoor. All right, well, that's it for episode 22. Thanks again for watching, guys. Make sure you smash that like button as always, and share this video to your friends if they're into any sort of sports topics. We cover everything from baseball to WNBA. The playoffs are right now. We didn't touch on that, but MLB playoffs are in full swing. The NFL season's on fire right now, and the CFL is wrapping up as well. They'll be going to the playoffs in the next couple of weeks, so lots to look forward to. And NHL preseason's already started as well.
Yeah.
So that fight is crazy. I didn't think it was.
I believe the NHL season starts October 6th, the first game, so it's just a couple days away.
Yeah, a couple days away. So yeah, lots more to get into in the coming weeks. So we'll touch on everything and everything, anything and anything. All right, guys. Thanks again for watching.
See you later.